Yeah, so this last thing, NBA, we got another game 7. The Clippers were up 20 points and midway through the third quarter and lost by 13. They go through some spells where it's very, very tough for them to score.
Besides Kawhi ISOs.
Besides Kawhi ISOs, and Lou Williams has become the thing about Mike Malone. He's good at finding the weakness in the defense of the other team and attacking them and winning 3 straight games. Like, he's just good at doing that. Are y'all concerned that they could drop Game 7, the Clippers?
I wouldn't say concerned. I would say pleased with the idea. Yes, I believe. I think the Clippers are going to lose in Game 7.
Wow, really?
He just wants them to lose so they don't play the Lakers.
No. This series and the series prior, I don't fear the Clippers anymore. After watching, they should have lost to the Mavericks if everybody didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
And now here they are, up 3-1 and about to go home on the brink of elimination. The Clippers do not scare me at all. The Nuggets are more of a wild card than the Clippers to me at this juncture. But I still don't fear the Nuggets either. But when you're up 3-1 and to find yourself in a Game 7, that is some sticky situation to be in. You feeling bad about yourself.
It's terrible.
The other team has all the momentum. They just beat you 2 times in a row, and now here we go for Game 7. I don't like where the Clippers are, where their head is at. And the Nuggets have been in a Game 7 before. And I go back and forth, but I think the Nuggets are going to win this one. Not blow them out, but they're going to win it.
Who you got, King?
I think the Clippers, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're a team that can just turn it on at any time. They play to the level of their competition, and they kind of slack. I think they turn it on and eliminate these guys, play the Lakers. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but yeah.
This is
concerning.
concerning.
Into the team. Yeah, I understand.
This is concerning, though. They have found that Lou Williams is a defensive liability and putting him in every pick and roll. That's how they won. I mean, they played defense and found their weakness on the opposite end and was just able to score at will.
So do you take Lou out?
But that's the thing. When you take him out, they struggle to score. So it's like, what do they do?
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
I can see Jokic going nuts in Game 7, and if that's the case, and they beat them.
Like, for me, the Clippers, they don't have that killer instinct. When you have young teams, young talented teams, and you get up on them, you have to go ahead and crush them. Crush their spirit, crush their confidence, let them know, dang, maybe next year. They let the Nuggets think, next year we could beat these guys now. You gotta put they didn't do it with the Mavs either. You gotta, with young teams, you gotta let them know early.
If the Nuggets do advance, I think that's a tough matchup for you guys.
That's another 5-game sweep if it's the Nuggets.
I can see that. I really like Jokic, man. I think that this team has the capability going forward. I knew that they were going to win a championship eventually, just because of how they're shaped and the amount of talent they have is so young. They're both 23, 24. I think Jokic might be 25 now. But he's just a low. They got a great coach. You're not scared of them at all if they advance?
This year, no. Maybe next year it's a different conversation. But
yeah,
right here, right now in this bubble, absolutely not. Joker cannot guard AD.
Yeah, that's going to be tough for him.
AD can guard that kid. Murray.
It's gonna be tough though.
Murray, we got a couple guys we can put on Murray, and then they
Yeah.
don't have like another third explore. I think we would wrap them up easily.
Yeah, probably.
Who's gonna guard LeBron?
They don't have a matchup. Or Grant,
Oh yeah. Jeremy Grant has been locking guys up.
he ain't gonna lock LeBron up, but he has been playing well defensively.
Yeah, he's not. But if they
Kuz,
were to go ahead.
I said, and Kuz has taken another step as well. He's not taking the step in terms of he's had to find a different role because he was before used to scoring with touches. I come down, I get the ball almost every time, and I get to decide when I'm going to shoot or not shoot. I'm not playing off of LeBron and AD and when do I cut, when do I screen, when do I move here, when do I do this. He's figuring that out. That's a process, and he's also taking a step as a defender. And then Rondo hopped in the time machine. I didn't anticipate that happening. He's getting those Jason Kidd triple doubles nearly every night, like 11, 10, and 8. Them type joints.
If they lose to the Nuggets, how do they sell themselves as a whole going forward? They can't lose because if you lose to this team in the second round, you can't really sell this tandem going forward. I don't know how you sell. We can't even get to the Western Conference Finals against a young team and beat a young team. We're up in these games. We were up 3-1. They've got to win Game 7, and I think that they will. If Kawhi is going to have to just have one of those nights and drag them.
It was on the platter. It's on a platter for you to stick with your prediction of no Lakers Clippers.
It's on the platter, but I don't think it's.
You don't want to take it though.
No. Mm-mm. If it happens, then I'll say I'm right.
What do you think happens to the Rockets going forward?
Oh.
Blow it up. Fire Daryl Morey. Blow that thing up, man.
They had draft picks.
Oh.
I don't know who you could find to trade for.
Like, how can you rebuild? So you just get draft picks you just get capital for your players, or what?
You can't trade anybody besides James, or you could trade EJ. You could trade Eric Gordon. You could. I don't know who would take on Russ's deal. And why was LeBron trying to prove that Russ is a scrub? What was that about?
I have no idea.
Did Russ say something? Like, did I miss some kind of beef?
I've never seen LeBron intentionally try to take somebody's spirit.
No, he
tried to sun him.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna let you know, and the rest of the world know that you a scrub for real. Like he did something to him because Westbrook is not that good. Everybody hypes him up more than he really is. But LeBron was like, I'm gonna prove to everybody that he's not that good. I don't know what made him do that because he doesn't really do that to people. That's the first time I've really. He doesn't. Because he could. He's that good.
Developing some dog a little bit.
Because he's good enough to treat people like, look, I'm gonna show everybody you a scrub, but he doesn't. I don't know why he did it with Russ. I don't know what Russ said, looked at him funny.
It's something underlying that we don't know that happened. It could happen in the bubble, or it could have happened in terms of him putting his team together. Maybe they were trying to trade for Russ, and Russ said, "No, I don't want to go there."
Thank God. He's a bricklayer, man, and he's a bricklayer that everybody hypes up because he fills up the stat sheet.
As your third piece, though, y'all winning 6.
Hard pass.
Wow.
Hard pass. He will shoot you out of games quicker than it. No.
I don't know what they do going forward. I don't know what James does. I don't know what Russ does. They got to fire Morey. They're letting D'Antoni walk. This is a bad situation that they could be bad.
I don't think they're letting D'Antoni walk. I think D'Antoni's walking on his own.
No.
No, he's out.
Maybe.
He's out.
It's like a mutual. I mean,
maybe. Yeah, I can see that.
He had a pretty bad performance against us as far as a coach.
Would they trade James?
That's what I was just about to. Let me see how old he is. James is
30,
He's
maybe.
like 30.
31. I would trade him. I would trade both. I would blow it up. James is 31, so he's probably going to be nice for another 2 years. And you're not going to win the championship in the next 2 years.
We'll talk about like James Harden landing spot. But that's dang. I would hate to see that because he's really good.
I would blow it up because you could get a good return on James.
Yeah, you could.
I don't know who would take Russ. I don't know who would take that. You want to give up the bag for James? For James?
Oh, I would give up everybody we have for James Harden. I don't care who you want on our roster. But I was thinking the Warriors.
You think everybody's going to the Warriors?
I was
Freak
thinking
going to the Warriors. Everybody going to the Warriors. I don't like him with the Warriors.
The fit's concerning, but they would be.
I actually think that would make them. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that mixture.
Defensively, but James is a better defender than he gets credit for. But as a super six man or something like that, I don't know.
He ain't gonna be no super six man nowhere.
Yeah, well, he don't have a choice. They're gonna have to ship him.
Yeah, I would move him and then see what I could get for Russ. See what I could get for Gordon. And try this thing from in the NBA. It's so hard unless you can trade for superstars, sign a superstar. You kind of have to long game it and get lottery picks and hope you hit on one or two.
Yeah. So there's a lot of actually superstars that are up for grabs that can be had. It feels like because if they had fired Daryl Morey, which I'm not completely sure they're going to do, but I think that they might have to.
He's Teflon status for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, in the NBA circles, he's like a god.
He sucks to me. Like he sucks to me. I'm gonna say everybody hypes him up. He sucks to me.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm interested to see how they do go forward because they got to move. Those are tough contracts to move. James is less tough than Russ, obviously. So Russ could end up just being on Houston without James on a bad team. Like that could just be how that goes. So do the Raptors look at one of these guys?
Huh, that's interesting because they are a superstar away. I could see James. I can't see the Raptors looking at
My only thing is why. So when Kawhi was there, he wanted the Raptors to trade for either Paul George or Jimmy, I think. Why do that now for James Harden?
Because they realize they can't.
And James is on a different tier than Paul George. Like James is tier 1, top 5 players in the world. Paul George is probably somewhere in the teens.
As you say that, I think that they're going to try to retool first before trading James. If they're gonna fire Moore, they're gonna fire Moore, and then they're gonna try to retool for a second. If that doesn't work, then they're gonna ship James. So
one more season.
Retool how?
I don't know.
I mean, they don't have a salary. I mean, they don't have the salary in the salary cap to find people.
I know.
A lot of their players, nobody wants to give draft capital for. I mean, they're in a sticky situation.
I know. And James, every time he has somebody that's good, he wants to ship them away. So, but this time he can't do that because we realize we're not that good if we trade for any guys you want, we're not that good. And he can go in Daryl Morey's face and be like, hey, get this guy out of here and bring me somebody else in. If Daryl Morey's gone, he's not going to have that luxury. So it's going to be tough. I don't know what they do, but I think that I don't think he gets traded this quickly. I think they wait one more year and then trade him.
Yeah, so, now that you say it, I think he's probably going to be a Rocket for one more year. I would sell high because he'd be 31. He'd be a year older. I would sell high. But I don't believe that's what they're going to do. I think they'll probably shop Russ. Nobody's crazy. $40 million. $40 million bricklayer, man.
That's one of the most untradeable contracts we've had in the NBA. So I have no idea what they do. They're going to have to bring everybody back and try this small ball shit with somebody else at the helm. They say Tyronn Lue. I don't know if I would want that if I was him.
Could have been the Lakers. Could have been the Lakers coach. Now you in Houston coaching a rec ball league team.
It's ugly. And they didn't just lose to the Lakers. They got dogged. They got dogged, and I think Bron, more than wanting to destroy Russ, he wanted to take their spirit as a whole too, and he did.
And he thought the way to do that was to humiliate Russ.
I mean, well, that's his help.
I mean, that was ugly. That one was ugly, man. And then even James LaRusso, LeBron chased down, swat his shit. Russo though.
Russo was swatting everybody's shit. Game 5, 6. That was ugly. 5.
Yeah.
Ugly.
Yeah, game 5. Yeah, he was engaged defensively. I told you that kid could play, man.
I'm not a huge fan.
Hot.
He could play, man.
Cool. Y'all win the championship?
Oh yeah, we're gonna cruise through this thing.
I believe so too.
The Rockets were my biggest worry with the two. Then we doubled James and Westbrook. I was afraid he might be able to get to the basket, but he started shooting J's, and then LeBron was like, "All right, I'm gonna snatch your confidence out your chest," and he was pretty much not a non-factor. He was more detrimental to the Rockets than anything.
He helped the Lakers out.
Yes, with his turnovers, bad shot selection, bricklaying. Yeah, he helped us out tremendously.
Who comes out the East?
I'm sticking with my pick, Boston Lakers finals.
Key.
Who comes out the East? Man, I want Miami to come out the East.
Me too. Woo! Miami Lakers? Oh, that'd be fun.
I think they match up with the Lakers pretty well too, with Bam on AD.
They got a lot of wing guys that can shoot. It'd be tough, but I mean, the Lakers will win, but it would be tough though.
It's a 5-game sweep too. But.
Dang. Well, so what's the potential roadblock for the Lakers? The Clippers. The Clippers get hot.
The Clippers, I thought they would take us about six games. That would have been the toughest series. I was concerned about the Rockets, how it would unfold. Game 1 made me concerned because Russ played well, and I was like, what if he fucking keeps playing well? But he didn't. So they were really my biggest concern because of the matchups were so strange. And they're such a different team. But we were able to solve that one in five quick games. The Clippers is a more seamless matchup to me for the Lakers. You don't have to start recreating and coming up with special defenses and changing your lineups and your rotations like you did with the Rockets. You can pretty much do what you do against the Clippers and beat them. So I would say the biggest roadblock would be health, making sure everybody's healthy.
Yeah, I agree. All right, guys. It was a good convo. Appreciate y'all again. And we'll talk coming up, discuss week 2 of the NBA, and then we'll have some game. We'll know the Western Conference, and we'll have a couple of games of Celtics Heat, I think, for the next time we talk. So.
Okay, cool.
All right, guys.
All right.
Stay safe, guys.
Yeah, you too.